Welcome back. Now, the Commission for Gender Equality says there should be no gender discrimination or impediments during this local government election. The chairperson of the Commission, Tamara Mathebula, other commissioners and staff will be observing the voting process at various voting stations. This is to ensure that people, men and women, are able to practice their constitutional rights. To tell us more, we connect again to Commission Chair, Tamara Mathebula. Hopefully, we won't lose her connection. But Tamara, I was asking you earlier, basically, that do we still need to argue the issue of gender equality during voting?
Absolutely, yes. Greetings to you and greetings to your viewers. Yes, we still need to argue the issue of gender inequality, gender discrimination during the voting processes. This does not only start on the day of the voting, but it also starts where we observe representation, how the list has actually come up and how the manifestos have been developed. Are they observing gender equality? And then we go all the way and look at the representation. And you will know that with the local government elections, a lot of representation will be at local level where political parties and citizens of the country have actually chosen their leaders on the ground in the form of councillors, shadow councillors, ward councillors, and the list go on. And what we are observing currently is that are the political parties able to actually, come up with that list, which is really gender balanced and gender sensitive, with men and women represented equally. And basically, that's what we are observing. But on the day in particular, on the 1st, we will be observing on how women, men who are on the queues are treated. We will be looking at people with special needs. We will be looking at, older women and older men. We will be looking at whether pregnant women can be actually taken out of the queues, and those women that have small children and parents with small children. So those are the things that we will also be observing on this day. But I think key for us is to actually make sure that gender issues are always observed by various political parties as we go to the polls.
So now tell me a bit more about, I'm sure the Commission for Gender Equality has observed elections before, and you found problems before, and I assume you would give the IEC some advice on what they need to change to ensure that there is gender equality on election week and election day. We've just spoken on ENCA, for instance, with somebody who says that some of the IEC officials don't even know how to use the Braille ballots for people who are, for instance, blind. So what do we do there if till today we still have to speak about the discrimination of people with disabilities?
Definitely, we will be observing, such things in terms of whether the officials are able to use the material that is before them. But I must say that the gender equality, the Commission for Gender Equality has always observing the elections, the national and provincial as well as local government elections since 2009. And we have all this time been writing the reports that have been informing and advising the IEC in terms of moving forward. For an example, if you look at our report that we released following the national and provincial elections in 2014, and the topic of our report is called From Rhetoric to Gender Equality. That report in particular has special or specific binding recommendations that we have shared with the IEC in terms of how they should look at training and capacitating the officials to make sure that the elections are fair and frank. And what we have actually done is to actually really talk about the needs of people with disabilities, the needs of elderly, the needs of some sections of citizens in the community. And this is why we boldly say that we will actually this time again, we will be going out just to ensure that there are no impediments in how the citizens' rights are violated when it comes to the use of material, the use of budgets that we currently have now, and make sure that those that they can actually access are assisted and are assisted so that they can benefit from voting for the parties and for the leaders that they want.
All right. Thank you very much, Tamara Mathebula, chairperson for the Commission of Gender Equality.